Welcome, everyone, to season 2 of Spiritually Fierce, the podcast. This season, we are dedicated to the subject of difficult spiritual conversations, and we have some incredible guests coming up. None more so than my very first guest for the season, Luh Manis, who I have had the great pleasure of spending time with in real life in Bali over several years now. And Luh is a Jero, a Balinese priestess, who has responsibility in her local community to lead ceremonies, which she does so magnificently. She has come into most of the retreats that I've run in Bali and brought such grace and power to each and every one. On becoming a Jero, she found her sensitivity to energy heightened, so turned to yoga and meditation to balance it. And since then, she's gained her 200-hour yoga teacher training from Shakti Mhi at Prana Yoga College, and now practices and teaches Hatha and Prana Yoga and meditation full time. Welcome, Luh. It is such a privilege to have you here from Bali today.
Yeah, thank you, Ricky, and I'm so pleasure to know you in person and also be part of your woman retreat in Bali and feel like such honor to be part of this a big mission that you create for the woman around the world, and also I can plant a seed of grace and a beauty of Bali and everyone's that arrive and come with you to the Balinese land. Thank you.
So I would love to get to know you a little bit better because, of course, when we're together in Bali, it's very busy. We have water ceremonies, we have lots of women, and you are always in demand. Tell me about your story. How did it begin for you to become the Jero, the Balinese priestess, and where are you now with that work today?
October 14 years ago, after my travel to Europe, I found that is myself is not in the right places because the mentality shifting, and also I have deep calling inside of me to do something for the Balinese land, and then that is caused so much like headache and lot of they call compassion vertigo because I have so much care, but not knowing what to do. So then, like from this pain, that my family decided to bring me to the high priest to check if something are not right on my journey or on my part. But as soon we get there in the confine of the high priest, and then just he look at me like, it's only you can heal yourself, and also you know that deep down in yourself that you're born with a gift. And that time I feel like I'm too young to uh, to be a leader, to do a spiritual in a full time, because you know that it's a big job, and then just 20 years in that time, and of course you want have more fun, isn't it? Yeah. And then but the high stress, like you can delay, but the responsibility is yours. Be you have no cure from your sickness, or mentally, like sickness, or maybe can uh, go toward the death. But it's all is your choice. And I'm saying, can I just delay until I get maybe, having more taste of the life? And he say, I not, say no or yes to it, but just please, listen to your inner self. So for the 6 months, during that time, I went very, very dark moment in my life is the darkness of the soul, because I have inner conflict and not knowing, which teachers I need to go and which way I need to decide it, until the 6 months later or a years later. And then I keep, like making peace in my own self, and then the family making ceremony. And then seeing that I knew it, these powers not only me as a small step, but during that ceremony, through faith and witnessed by big community like 300 people, they are chanting a certain mantra and then transcendent, that I knew it, that is biggest thing outside of me, that is choosing this body to walk the truth, to share the knowledge, to speak the voice. And then seeing that, like I felt like so much things shifting in me.
Wow. But that's, yeah, it's big, right? To say, okay, I'll stop my life as I know it and I will step into this service and give my life to it. And what do you feel like you gave up or you missed out on by becoming the Jiro? What were there things you wanted that you didn't get to have?
Actually, like, because now, like, most of the people will look to you as a leaders, as a live as example. Earlier, if I'm just dressed whatever that I want to, or go wherever that I want to, that people would not really comment about it. But now, as soon as you become a Jero, as a priestess, that they have certain rule, that you need to follow, and then you need to be in the ceremony whenever that you need it. Before, like, I can decide it my schedule because it's only me. But now, like, I need to be part of the community, and then the community ceremony, and also the connection to the um, traditional law,
Yeah,
which is I'm very modern person,
yeah,
so that is also create a conflict, like how now I need to be faced with that such difference,
yes.
a modality of practice.
Yeah. But to me, you are such a great example of bringing the modern and more progressive to very traditional ideas because you are a very untraditional Balinese woman, yes? Yeah.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that because you've spoken a bit about, the expectation that a Balinese woman has married, have children, serve her husband, and you chose differently. Is there a lot of pressure on you, or was there a lot of pressure to do the traditional role?
Oh yes, of course. Then, for example, like, as people know that Balinese are married so young, and then not even have a dream to travel, not having so much dream for their own,
Yeah,
because they will please others. And then also the ideas of happiness is when you get married, you have a kid, you do the ceremonies offering and don't speak. Yeah.
yeah,
And then me, I just born with a unique character, that I'm always have big dream. I want to travel, want to make a global friends. It's not just a friend from my community. And this is like weird for so many, including my parents, like, where you have this idea, how you want to build your own houses.
yeah,
Because most of the women here, they go out from their parent house and then go to the husband house instead of making their own houses.
yeah, yeah,
But for me, like, I have a right choice to do so what I dream about, and also to make, like, a progress in spirituality, but also harmony with term of modern
yeah,
life.
yeah. And
Yeah.
so, did you just have to be very strong and clear in your ideas for other people to accept you? Or did you get some people saying, no, Lou, this is not okay? And or did most people go, okay, it's different, but we accept it?
No, it's a very, very hard for the beginning, like, 5 years. And the beginning of the 5 years, that I can really feel that every time I'm go to the village, all of the woman behind me, or man, chit chats, and then, like, look at her, like, kind of weird and bizarre. But after 5 years, I'm doing it, a lot of social job and giving back to the community, doing something for Mother Nature, and also make new inspiration of a spiritual tourism in Bali. And then after 5 years, then I can create, Prana Santi, my company, and I create a team. And then also that the interest of the tourism more into the yoga, meditation, and retreat, and then start there. People realizing if she is not crazy, but she is just see something in advance.
Yeah,
And then also this is give you now a lot of attention during the corona, because not so many people come to Bali. And then I manage my company and my team to do something online. And also during this pandemic, not so much suffering term of financially, because like I have a skill
Yeah.
that I can use to help myself, my family, and so many other women. And also during this pandemic, I do social um, give back to community with my brothers, and we giving a lot of food for the local. Then start from there. The local people think like, oh, she's incredible, and then start the Balinese woman and the Balinese people. Instead of talking bad behind, so now they have a curious how you manage that,
Yeah.
where you start that, and many young women also would like to know me better
Yeah.
and how to get there. Yeah.
Yeah. So your role in some ways has become a mentor to particularly the next generation of women, as you say, the young women who are thinking, can it be different to the traditional model? And so do you feel that there is a change coming for Balinese women? Do you think they will have more freedom to choose a different life?
Yes, for sure, like especially during the technology, because now I feel like, technology now we can choose, like a different way of intelligence. So that is some emotional intelligence, some mental intelligence,
Yeah.
and then also some spiritual intelligence. And then we can choose with a community that is belong to us. And then now, like I can see that a lot of people in Bali and Indonesia now is interest in the mental health.
Yeah.
Before the pandemic, before the technology, is taboo to talk about emotional intelligence, mental intelligence, or like toxic relationship, because people accept the toxic relationship is just part of the karma. But since this pandemic, maybe a lot of women see the seed of the toxic relationship is because that is some mental issues, and like emotional issue,
Yeah.
maybe that is from the generation to the generation, and
Yeah.
also because no one speak about it, so they accept it in silence, but is killing themselves.
Yeah. And so there's more transparency, and I can only imagine that examples of women like you give that permission to say, okay, this isn't right. I can have it different. But honestly, is there anyone else like you? Is
Yeah,
it
probably
unique?
now. Yeah, actually, like we a group of women are writing a book, like seven of us, and then we'll write a book of
Yeah.
self healing and spiritual journey,
Yes.
how to turn the wound and pain into the blessing.
Yeah.
So I'm one of that writer. I ever imagines I gonna write a book, but like seeing a lot of people, like, would you like to share more about it? And people like you, very inspiring. And then just that strength and courage come from their support, because they say like this book will benefit
Yeah.
others women.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I cannot meet them in person all the time, but writing through the social media and creating a content and write the real book maybe can help more. And I meet more and more women who are brave enough, who have a voice, and then now gathering together and supporting each other here in Bali.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about a typical day for you as the priestess? What is a normal day for you like now? Now a lot of your service is online, but even in person, how does a priestess spend her day in Bali?
Yeah, for me, like being a priestess, that a spiritual practice is must. So I'm gonna wake up, early morning, and then do my meditation or puja, or just like prayer.
Yeah,
And then if early morning that I'm not doing the prayer loud,
yeah,
but with it, like from heart, to harmonize the energy in my home and also the compounds.
yeah,
And then like especially during full moon or big ceremony, that I often go to the temple to lead ceremony, or I'm go by myself
yeah,
to connecting to the highest divine, also get a lot of water blessing, because uh, when we walk with the people online or in person, that often at the time that we have that energy vampires, and often at the time that we are not in the center. So going to the temple, receiving a blessing and connecting to the energies of a temple, and God can giving you more, like clarity, if it's you in the right track, or is it you in the center, or is it you like need something that to, to be feel connected.
Yeah, beautiful. So,
Yeah.
do you have your own spiritual teachers as well as you're the teacher to others? Do you have women who lead you also?
Yes, actually, like you see that this shaman, the ladies, so
Yes.
see one of my mentor more, in the how to serve the community. So like how to use, the voice wisely, your service wisely. But that is also another mentor, but I'm not seeing her very often. She's more helping me into the unseen world.
Yeah.
So she more like leading me how to using a mantra, more into the ceremony, and so on.
Yeah.
Because we must have another support from the woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
There, I'm assuming more male priests than female priestesses. Is that right?
Um. Yeah. Can be, but like, um, you know, in the front of the public, mostly male domination here, because we are have in the cultures of patriarchy. A woman usually, making the stuff and preparation.
Yeah.
Is not in the front page. They
Yeah.
are always behind.
Yeah.
So that why, like for me, like I'm really miss, where I can get woman's a teacher, and then that
Yeah.
I'm seeking for 10 years more. And then until now, I'm really wanted to have another teacher.
Yeah.
But they always say, if you cannot find any teacher out there, you can be your own teacher. And maybe you can do as example that what kind of teacher that you want to be.
Yeah, I totally
Yeah.
agree, and I love that. And I think because you are so breaking the mold, and there is no one like you that I've ever met, it is hard for someone like you to find that right teacher to guide you, but you are a teacher to so many others. I want to ask you a little bit about life in Bali during the pandemic, because I know that with the stopping the tourists, a lot of the tourism in Bali was quite toxic. We have talked about this before. There was a lot of tourists who came for the cheap beer and the package holidays, and that is obviously part of the economy. But now you have always been championing spiritual tourism and bringing a different energy to Bali. But tell us a little bit about what life has been like for the last 2 years and what it feels like now that the world's opening up.
So, like in the beginnings, before the pandemic, if I'm talk about sustainability, if I'm talk connecting to the nature, talking about the energy, people like, huh, what is that? If this is a money here, can make easy money. Why you need to make hard way? Saying all of that, it's just better, just make more money and then have fun later. And
Yeah.
then when the tourists stop, so these kind of people just lost because
Wow.
they don't have the money, they
Yeah.
don't have the knowledge, and they're just lost even, to the fate of their own life, which is so good.
Yeah.
As an I'm say like a lot of people like why you say this kind of thing is good, because this is to remind us to stay humble, to
Yeah.
treat our mother nature nicely, and also to slow down,
Yeah.
you know yeah, to
Yeah.
slow down, and also to just like our job here in the planet earth is not just like making more,
Yeah.
or you're not taking more, but also that is certain way of giving back,
Yeah.
and also otherwise, like connecting to your own space. And I feel now like most of the hotel interesting to create more wellness, so that like, and now I get so much interview from the big resort and hotel, like to just giving them an idea what kind of treatment, a local ingredient, like more like healthy food, uh, a daily, like healthy activity. And then this is like wow, for me, like my prayer being answered,
Yeah.
because I love Bali so much. But like Bali means like a beautiful girl that is rave. So now these beautiful girls can say no to
Yeah.
certain type of tourists, can be say no to certain type of activity.
Yeah. And so,
Yeah.
do you feel that is possible as the world opens up again now and people are returning to Bali? You feel like there's a different energy now and maybe more of that higher energy, not so much of that low energy is going to come?
Yes, I'm believe so, because like now, if each hotel offering more well-being activity,
Yeah.
like meditation, yoga, and then any kind of natural medicine, of course that we're gonna attract this kind of people.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And then that is, of course, that maybe make a long term
Yeah.
process, and also a lot of skill needed, but this is healthy for a visitor, and also the land, and also the local, and also the economy.
Yes.
So now, like also from the government, there is some do some interview, and last time also I become one of the guests that talking about a spiritual tourism, and then they are very excited that is a local woman in Bali understand that value, understand that creating activity in different way.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
And you have been a leader of spiritual tourism movement since I met you, and probably a long time before that. And I am very excited that the bigger, voices in the industry are listening to you. It's so important because, as you say, Bali is a profound spiritual place. It's always so transformational for me. I'd love for you to speak a little bit about what that Bali spirit is and why you think Bali is so powerful spiritually.
Oh yeah, so in Balinese like philosophy of life, that three chakarana, also the force of well-being or happiness, when we create harmony between like human to human, human to the nature, human to the god.
Yeah,
And then as you see that the life here, we not only devote to the god, but also being kind to others, and also being generous and loving and compassion to the nature, which is this is hard to find in other places. Maybe in some other places people more care with the animal and nature,
yeah,
but the community, they don't have spent much time together, so
yeah,
that we lose that kind of sense of social connection, right? During this pandemic, that we all of like need that feeling, being part of something. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
And also now the connection to the god, a lot of place that is very devoted to the god, but they don't have the connection to the nature. So in Bali you find all of those things everywhere in the corner of Bali. And also in Bali, we are not only devoted for the white light, but also we are respecting the darkness,
yeah.
so that like light and darkness is always going together and balanced.
Yeah, I love that. I would love for you to speak a little bit more about that and how you practice with the dark and the light in your own devotion, in your own meditation, your own prayer. How do you balance these energies?
Yeah, it's a very interesting after 2 years, like spending time mostly alone. You cannot hide from your own angers, pain, sickness, and wound, right? Long time ago, it's easier. You just go to the cafe and then meet your friends, or
Yeah.
hang out somewhere, and then you forget about it and then go home and sleep. But right now, during this corona, most of the people, need to return inward and then to meet their darkness. The darkness is could be, like in a struggle, could be like that you are not feeling empty inside, but we need to walk through that emptiness. And for me, like a lot of struggle emotionally a few months ago, and I don't know if I have that pain or sadness. It's not from, of course, not from this life only, but that could be like from the past life, could be from the uh, last generation,
Yeah.
like especially in the woman body.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we are not owning our body like our moms, our grandma, that is always something that is unseen, but we still can feel that.
Yeah.
So that walking through on that and accepting the wound, accepting the pain, accepting, like my health condition, because last year I had the surgery. In the beginning, when you get pain and when you sick, of course, that you say no to the pain and you want to run away and then get the treatment. But right now, when I have that pain, I'm just look into my body and I'm say, forgive me if I'm not listening well. Please, talk to me and be friend with me. And thank you to remind me if something that is not quite right inside.
Yes. Yes.
So I'm touched into that wound, in that pain, somehow that the emotion showing off could be, like form of anger, form of loneliness, form of guilt, form of shame.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. I am so grateful for your answer because also for me, I felt the same. The last 2 years, I had to look at all my shadows, all my darkness, and meet all of these things that, busy running retreats, running a business, it's exciting, life's very glamorous. And then suddenly, yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I sit at home, I have to work hard, but I don't have all of that joy and pleasure that we had. And it was a very healing time for me also. And I'm not surprised of your experience, but I'm very grateful for you sharing that. I would love to know what it is that you are looking forward to now that the world is opening up. What have you missed the most about the way your life was? What are you excited about? Coming into your life now?
Yeah, since these 2 years, so many things happening to me, and actually, I feel, being honest, nervous a little bit if that is too much to reach to Bali. So that, because I love quietness, I love
Yeah,
stillness, I love, like being in nature.
yeah,
But the other way also, maybe a lot of people from outside there need the healing, need that space, need that quietness, and I'm looking for share more. I'm looking for, to see a new way of life, and also that is can share new idea, and also now I can feel there is so much things sitting in me, and I'm more aware of, my feminine side. Long time ago, like go go go, but now like it's okay if someone late,
yeah,
and it's okay if someone are not ready, and it's okay if someone not feel right, because I experienced that, long time ago, like um kind of very straightforward, and but now like more accepting, more uh flexible. Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, I love that. It's
yeah,
like a softening. That feminine, a divine feminine is not so rigid and not so hard and, forward action. And I would agree also, I have felt that gentleness, that softening in me because I was definitely very masculine energy, achieving, pushing. And now, as you say, the last 2 years, it's humility. Like we realize life can change and everything is out of our control. We just think we're in charge.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. And
So,
I feel also,
yeah.
sorry.
No, you
Yeah,
go.
and I feel also long time ago, I put on the list what I wanted, and then do affirmation and then achieve that. But during these 2 years, I putting on the list, and then now if that is not happening, how I'm accepting, but I'm not a failure. How accept the reality, but not feeling I'm a failure.
Yeah, yeah, I love that too. Yeah, your self-worth is different to what you achieve, and that has been almost identical, my sister. I feel like was same story for me. It's beautiful to hear it. So when you do now see more people coming back to Bali, and your business Prana Santi, of course, has been, many, many, many women I know have used your business to come, your services to come into their retreats and to lead ceremonies for them and to guide them spiritually. How will you decide now where to put your time? How will you keep that stillness and that solitude for yourself as well as your service?
So that is actually the thing that I'm working right now, because long time ago, and then I'm seeing people more in the idea of who they are. Okay, but like these few days, then before I'm decided to answer someone message or someone, like call, and just say, can I just giving me another more, hours or something that I need to returning back to myself. Is this person really need my time and energy,
Yeah.
or this person not really need me, or someone else can do that?
Yeah.
So then I'm just feeling, time and
Yeah.
energy is precious more than money.
Yeah.
So how now I use that time and energy kindly and wisely, so that not hurting me, but also not hurting others. So I just want to have more energy to the right thing, to the
Yeah.
people who believe in us things, those people who are ready to make a transformation for themselves, because I cannot load the watering the dead plant, right? I just need to put the water on the right plant that have hope to grow well.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
love that answer. It's beautiful. Yes. I think when Jesus spoke about it as do not cast your pearls before swine, because not everyone is ready for your message. Not everyone is ready for you, and you want to be with the people who can receive you at your very beautiful level and are a match for your work in the world. And yeah, I am so personally excited to come back to not just Bali, but your presence and your beautiful energy. And I know the time will come very soon to have that. I would love for you to, if you feel it is appropriate, just to lead us in some kind of prayer or blessing, just to feel your energy as that priestess, if you feel okay to do that for us now, so we can understand a little bit about how you practice as well, because it is such a beautiful thing to witness, and to see that you channeling that energy of God is so powerful.
All right, so that like wherever you are right now, just we do our simple prayers or simple practice. So as you inhaling, connecting to the Mother Earth, and feel the Mother supporting us in a perfect way. And ask permission from the Divine Mother, the Divine Feminine, to support us in any level that we need. Breathe it in slowly, breathe it out slowly, and feeling your body sinking down, become one with the earth energy. From your tailbone, feel the energy rising up through your spine. Then notice the nurturing, loving energy from the mother rising up, like the flowers of lotus blossom. Each energy reminds us of our inner quality, inner beauty, inner peace, and silence, and allowing our heart open like the nectar of the lotus, and feel the quality, the beauty inside of the nectar. And then let your crown touching the sky. Feel the wind, the space, and akasha, the cosmic energy from the Father, the masculine energy. And keep receiving the energy from the above and below. And we are one. We are channel. We are bridge. and allow the cosmic energy guiding us, connecting us to the silent and beauty. And also, if you now have any kind of pain, struggle inside of you, allow the energy from above coming through your system to heal you, to cleanse your system, to cleanse your DNA and every cell of your body. Deep inhaling. As you exhale, you release that pain, you release that unpleasantness. And allow your body open to receive, crown open. And allow the divine's energy, God, goddesses, divine force, and your ancestors also help you to purify and cleanse, to release. And relaxing all of the nerve system, purifying the system. In silence now, witness any physical reactions or emotional reaction or mental reaction inside of you, inside of your body. If you see there are pain, wound, notice with no judgment. Accept it. Let it go. Let it go. Keep breathing. Keep connecting with the true power, inner power and outer power, the micro and macrocosmos energy. Allow the thing that calm itself. Allow this thing that go itself. No pressure, no judgment. And being one with the power of the nature, and you are one with the power. Take a few more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhaling. One more inhaling. Exhaling. Place the hand together in front of the heart. Tuck your chin in. Go to your inner lives. And gratitude to our body, mind, and soul. Gratitude to all around us. To the Mother Nature, Mother Sky. May all living beings find peace and harmony. Santi, Santi, Santi. Thank you. Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you, beautiful sister. That was amazing. It was like being right back in the shala with you, sitting in your company. Ah,
Yeah.
you have a very powerful frequency, and I'm so grateful for you. Thank you for your generosity in giving us that opportunity to experience your power. And we will make sure that everybody has all the links to Pranasanti and to your service. You offer yoga, meditation, and spiritual guidance all online, no matter where you are in the world. You can work with Luh if she is available. And of course, I hope to be back in your physical presence very soon, my darling sister.
Yes, and thank you so much. And please forgive me if something that I'm spell it wrong because English is not my first language, and also I'm answer all of the question like intuitively because I don't have like script like other people do, and for me like that is the feminine way
Yes,
because you don't have plan but like let it happening itself.
yes,
This is not only you are working in this interview because that is another highest post.
yes,
Yeah,
yes, Jema. Yes, yes,
yeah.
yes.
Thank you,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, Lou. And we'll see you all very soon.